friends. I'm Karen, and this is the Family Food for Moms podcast. We're talking about inspiration for family cooking and dining. Today, I want to give you some ideas for lunches and snacks on the go. If you're a mom that's fetching and carrying your kids to and from school or to extra-mural activities, sports games, anytime you want to take food with, sometimes for your kids too, and sometimes just for you. Sometimes you need something to have in the car while you wait, or if you're just going to be away from home and you'll need to eat. And then even if you're at home working, sometimes it's better to prepare stuff the night before or in the morning so that when you're hungry and you want to grab something, it's there, ready for you to eat. Somehow, if stuff's prepared in advance and if we put a little thought into it, we're less likely to grab something unhealthy or something that's not enough food, enough nutrients. We need to kind of plan carefully to get the right nutrients when we're always busy, like most moms are, or often on the run. Somehow we end up eating crackers or some healthy version of corn chips or plantain chips or jerky or some kind of meat sticks. And those things may be fine, but we need to make sure we're getting a good variety of food, good nutrition, and that we're eating enough and we're eating regularly at a time when our bodies expect it. All of these things are so important and they affect our metabolism long term. They affect the amount of nutrients we can absorb, and they affect all the systems in our body, our hormones, our immune systems. So it's very important to be on top of food before you need it. It's good to be eating 3 regular meals that are nutritious, that have variety, and contain all the macros. We need good fats, good protein, good fruit and veg, good fiber, so the right kind of carbohydrates, all those things. So let's talk about some ideas for lunches and snacks on the go. Wraps are great because they're easy to transport and easy to eat. They're not too messy. So get the wraps you like. You get so many different varieties. You get gluten-free or wheat. You get all kinds of cauliflower and beetroot enhanced wraps, corn wraps, just buy what you like. Then you can wrap them with chicken or turkey slices, with some cucumber or lettuce. Make sure you dry it really well before adding it to the wrap. You could do hummus with any kind of meat that you like. You could do shredded chicken with mayo or even slices of chicken. You can do grated or shredded carrot. You can add chunks of chicken with mayonnaise and then baby tomatoes and little pieces of cucumber or lettuce, some sprouts. So anything you like to add to your wraps, and then roll them up and slice them so that they are in almost bite-sized pieces that you can easily pick up and eat without having to grab and eat the whole thing. That's really key, because if you try to eat the whole wrap, it becomes rather messy. But somehow with those roll-up meats, the lunch meats, it helps it to kind of stay together, and you can slice it into small swirls and eat those. Then pita pockets are a great carrier for food. You do get gluten-free ones. I think you also get sweet potato pitas, which hopefully don't have flour in, but you need to check if you are gluten-free. So take a pita bread and cut it in half. It's the easiest way to open it and fill it. And then shredded rotisserie chicken. If you buy rotisserie chicken and shred a whole lot of it, add some mayo, add some celery or cucumber, whatever you like to make your chicken salad. You can add in grapes, whatever you prefer, and then stuff it into the pocket. So keep those halves and stack them upright in your container, and then you can eat half at a time without it being too messy. These are also great cold or at room temperature. You could also use croissants to stuff with chicken mayo, chicken salad. Then bowls. Bowls are great, and often you can get bowls that are takeout style, like cardboard or some kind of material that is environmentally friendly. if you need, or you could have a plastic bowl with a lid. We like to use the sugarcane ones because they're better for you than paper plates. You get great plates and bowls made from sugarcane. So then once you have your bowl, look at the size and decide what to put in it. You can think of it as a takeout from your favorite restaurant. What would they do? So you can do a section of it with meat, again, shredded rotisserie chicken. You can do tuna, salad tuna mayo. You could do some kind of cooked beef, either shredded beef or sliced beef. I wouldn't really do mince or bolognese because that is rather messy. So you can even do pork, pulled pork, and then flavor it nicely. So a section would be that, and then you can do another section with some rice if you want to, or leave out the carbs and just go with vegetables. You can do sliced cucumber, pieces of tomato. You could do avocado. You could do something like halloumi cheese or feta. Dairy is great to add to the meat. You could do olives that you've pitted. So just fill in sections. You can do grated carrot, anything that you enjoy that's good raw, that works well cold, and that's not too messy. And then put your lid on your bowl, plastic spoon inside, and then you can use some when you can, and then put the lid back on as needed. This is a great option if you want to go lower carb and just go with your meat and veg or fruit and dairy. Of course, you can add lots of fruit there. You can add blueberries, strawberries that you've sliced, some citrus wedges that you've pulled apart. And if you're doing dairy, there's small mozzarella balls, which taste amazing. And then bento boxes. All the things I've mentioned in the bowl can also be used in a bento box. Oh, I forgot to say beans. If you have any kind of beans, add that to your chicken bowl. So bento box or any kind of divided lunch box is always helpful. You can add some dairy, again, like your feta or your mozzarella balls. You can have a section for your meat, section for your fruit, section for things like carrots or cucumber, olives, those kind of vegetables, baby tomatoes. You can even do some chocolate chips or some little snacks like that. Meat sticks are great. You can break them up and put them in there. So try to have variety and try to fill each part of the lunchbox with something different that'll be nutritious. You can do hard-boiled eggs that you break up, nuts like almonds or cashews, etc. So really going for food that is easy to eat without being messy. We don't want to have too much messy marinade or sauce. We want it to be an easy meal to snack on without being too cumbersome. You could also do a mason jar if you like that kind of thing. It depends how easy it is to transport. But if you do a salady type thing in your mason jar, maybe you add chickpeas or something like that, you can have your dressing at the bottom, and then it doesn't make all the cucumber, etc., soft. And then when you're ready to eat it, you just shake it up and eat it from the jar, eat the pieces, again, of feta or cucumber, tomato, whatever you've got in your salad, your sprouts maybe. So that's the easiest way to eat a salad without it being too messy, is with a mason jar. Take a long fork or something, even a fondue fork, so that you can eat easily from the jar without it being messy. In a similar way, you could do a yogurt jar or a smoothie jar. So the yogurt jar, you would do some yogurt, Greek yogurt or high protein yogurt, and then add some granola, some chopped fruit or some berries with a little bit of maple syrup, and then you mix it just before you eat it. So you would layer with yogurt first, then maybe the granola and the fruit on top and the maple syrup, and mix it just before you eat it so that nothing gets too soggy. Then if you do a smoothie, I've got a machine that's similar to a bullet, where the plastic container that you blend in with the blade becomes the cup, and you just change the lid, and that's very well sealed and it's easy to eat from, or should I say drink from. So when you're going to do a smoothie, do your favorite smoothie and take it with you in the smoothie jar or in a mason jar. I like to do a combination of coconut cream, blueberries, and honey. Or if you want more protein, then we'll do a nut butter with some fruit, maybe some chocolate chips. You can do banana or apple or whatever is your favorite. Speaking of apple, you could do a little container with a few apple slices and nut butter. So they're pre-sliced apples, and then you dip them into the nut butter for a good snack. For that, you'd need a small plastic container with a lid. I prefer glass, but it's always heavier and obviously breakable. So perhaps for outings, it's easier to use a good quality plastic container. In a similar way to the salad, you could do a taco salad jar. You'd layer your salsa, your black beans, your seasoned meat, ground beef or turkey, or pulled beef, even chicken. Then add your cheese in a layer, your lettuce, and then mix it up once you're ready to eat. Or scoop it out with tortilla chips. This one might work better in a shallower container than a mason jar if you're going to be scooping it out with your tortilla chips. Then baby skewers are great. You have grilled chicken perhaps with some feta or some peppers, zucchini on skewers. Just the meat on the skewers is great too, with some kind of sauce, perhaps like tzatziki, to dip it into. A caprese salad is always great. So you have slices of fresh mozzarella with cherry tomatoes or sliced large tomatoes with basil leaves, maybe a drizzle of basil pesto or balsamic vinegar. Coming back to the bowls for a moment, you could add something like quinoa or rice and then your chicken with roasted vegetables. So take red pepper, zucchini, maybe brinjal or aubergine, roast them in the oven with a little bit of olive oil and salt, and then add that to your chicken. That's great for a gluten-free bowl. Muffins are always helpful. Egg muffins, where you just whisk up your egg, you add chopped vegetables, cheese, etc., and pieces of bacon and bake those. Grab one of those for on the go. Another idea for a gluten-free wrap would be lettuce. So you can wrap your sliced meat, your sliced chicken or turkey, in a piece of lettuce with some avocado, tomato, etc., and then roll it up. This is a bit messier than the wrap version, but it's still good and nutritious, and that's what we're going for. Remember to keep things cool. So it helps if you have a small cooler bag that you can stick your containers in the car, and make sure you've got good water and juice with you on the go. Also, maybe you can batch prep on a Sunday or do something in the evenings with dinner for use for the next lunchtime. Some more little snack container ideas: veggie sticks like cucumber sticks, carrot sticks, celery sticks, and a dip like hummus or almond butter or tzatziki. You can also put these in part of a divided lunchbox or bento box. Then mini cheeses and crackers. You get rice crackers or wheat crackers. You get Baby Bell cheese or soft cheese like Laughing Cow cheese, or packages of cream cheese that you can scoop with the crackers. You could do your own trail mix or a pack with nuts and fruit, almonds, cashews, raisins, pretzels, dark chocolate chips, small seeds like pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, whatever you enjoy. Combine them with a few little treats and some delicious, nutritious things inside. You can also make energy balls. These they can contain peanut butter, almond butter, oats, honey, chocolate chips, chia seeds, etc. You could do rice cakes or corn cakes with toppings. Again, to dip or to spread almond butter with honey. Better to dip, it's slightly less messy. I guess you could do sandwich style with the rice cakes. So try to start off with some good, nutritious whole foods, like a packed lunch, even if it's in parts. So either the bowl or the wrap or the pita or something that's filling and it's got a good variety of food and good protein, etc. And then add some small snacks in separate containers or in a divided container with the things like the small pieces of salad or crudités, the small chopped fruit pieces, dairy, nuts and seeds, etc. So I hope this has given you a few good ideas. It's so important to plan these things in advance, because if you're like me, you end up buying something like a packet of chips and not eating properly or forgetting to eat, getting a headache, getting somewhere without food. And it doesn't have to be complicated. Once you get into the rhythm of it, it really works well. Thanks for listening today. I'll see you next time.